News 25 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Free COVID testing expands. Their services director of emergency management gives the county an update.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
The town of Indian Springs is offering free testing. It's Wednesday, June 3rd. I'm Janet Errett in for Deanna O'Donnell. Free COVID-19 testing is coming to the community of Indian Springs this weekend.
Clark County, in collaboration with the Southern Nevada Health District and Community Ambulance, will offer free COVID-19 testing for residents of Indian Springs and Cold Creek this Saturday, June 6th, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. The testing will be done at the Indian Springs Fire Station, located at 715 West Greta Lane. No appointment is necessary, but the site will have a limited number of test kits available. Testing is first come, first served. Most of the testing will be done on a walk-up basis unless patients are unable to get out of their cars. Patients are asked to bring a valid ID and wear a face covering. All results, positive or negative, will be reported to the health district. Patients who test positive for the virus will be contacted by the health district within a few days. The health district says patients who do not receive notification of a positive test result can rest assured knowing that they tested negative.
Director of Emergency Management Scott Lewis appeared before the county commissioners Tuesday to provide the latest on the COVID-19 situation in Nye County.
We are monitoring 65 total confirmed cases, of which 23 remain open. There is 1 antibody positive test and 39 recovered, with 2 deaths, and 2 patients remain in Las Vegas-based hospitals. We have completed over 1,700 tests, and which are over 200 tests since we last met. We have also reported additional 2,500 additional tests received to the county available for distribution. Our target testing includes nursing skilled facilities as well as our targets and hotspots that have been identified throughout the county. We have just under 9,000 confirmed cases, with an increase in Nevada with an increase of 1,000 since we last met, and over 420 deaths. There's been 176,000 tests completed since our last meeting, and that is within the state. We are in recovery phase number 2, which means that we are opening up. As you can see today with the VOCC meeting, we can have up to 50 people. There are additional businesses that are allowed or permitted to be open, and so we are following that closely. The Leadership Task Force team remains committed to the safe reopening plan as outlined by our governor, and that includes a proactive in testing, tracing, and PPE plans. As a snapshot for you today, I want to tell you that we have, through DEM, we have distributed 7,623 masks. An additional 1,000 tests have been distributed, 5450 exam gloves, 85 face shields, 14 pairs of goggles and special glasses, 420 gowns, 30 thermometers, 15 gallons of sanitizer, 25 wall-mounted hand sanitizers, 18 gallons of bleach, 12 cots, and 175 disposable sheets. It is busy, and we anticipate that there will be additional resource requests as we move forward. We are cautiously watching the activities within the town and the county on the social distancing, which remains paramount for us. We are watching some of the local businesses that may not be necessarily adhering to that, and we're trying to enforce that through the Sheriff's Office as well as much as possible.
Nye Communities Coalition and Pahrump Valley Youth Activities are canceling all in-person summer activities for children. Instead, they'll offer virtual activities this year. Tamalyn Taylor says the decision comes in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic.
What came up this year, of course, is COVID. So they tried to hold out to the very end of actually offering something in person, but it just could not come together. So we decided they're going to cancel for this year. But what we're doing is we are taking all the names of the people that were registered, and letting them know that they can pick up an activity bag. And what I mean by activity bag, it's more to help people be more physically active. So there's a yoga mat and some balls and jump rope and that sort of thing. And what we want to do is have them pick that up either today or tomorrow in the afternoon between 3 and 5. We'll be right out front of the Coalition gate there. And then we're going to give them a flyer. On this flyer has 6 different dates of when we're going to do virtual classes. So the classes might be like yoga. We have somebody that wants to do Zumba and maybe some other sport type activities on these classes. So then the parents, what they'll do is they'll sign up for the classes. You don't have to sign up to pick up a bag necessarily, but to be in the classes, it's good to register. You can register online. One place to find the link, it would be with the NYCC website. If you click on the banner that talks about PVYA, you can get to that link. Also, PVYA on their Facebook page is sending the link out. We're going to set up a little tent outside right in front. So what we want people to do is stay in their cars, actually, and just do the little loop. And we're going to come right up to the car, give them the bag, say hi, you know, because the PVYA people, they know their families, you know, so they, you know, it's a really nice time for them to connect.
A prayer vigil was held in Las Vegas last night for Officer Shay Michaelonis, who remains on life support after being shot, and a successful surgery today to remove the bullet in his neck. Michaelonis was attempting to arrest law-breaking demonstrators Monday night outside of Circus Circus. The incident followed by several nights of protests after the Minneapolis death of George Floyd, which is attributed to an officer who has been charged with the crime. Floyd died shortly after he was detained by the officer with his knee on his neck for almost 9 minutes while the man stated that he could not breathe. Protests have followed throughout the United States. In Las Vegas, hundreds of arrests have been made and many officers and protesters injured and a protester killed in an unrelated incident. The 20-year-old suspect who is charged with shooting the officer is being held without bail. Las Vegas Metro Police Department is calling for peaceful protests along with Floyd's family. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing.
About a third of those who filed for unemployment recently have yet to receive a check. Western Union and MoneyGram prepare to merge, and video conferencing company Zoom reports strong earnings as more people are working from home. Here's Angela Miles.
Topping our news, nearly 1/3 of Americans who lost their job during the pandemic and filed for unemployment benefits have yet to receive an actual check. Bloomberg News reports the Treasury Department has disbursed $146 billion, but with a record 40 million who have filed, many state employment offices are overwhelmed and having a tough time getting those checks out. Western Union and MoneyGram International are said to be in a merger deal. Both stocks rallied as Western Union prepares to buy MoneyGram for an undisclosed amount of money. Zoom, the video conferencing company that's really catching on during the pandemic, reports revenue rocketed to $328 million during the latest quarter. And an out-of-this-world opening bell ringing. Astronauts aboard the Crew Dragon capsule that launched over the weekend opened the trading day at the NASDAQ on Tuesday.
Nye Communities Coalition is offering a free class to help people upset about the coronavirus pandemic. It's called Psychological First Aid and will be presented online through Zoom. Leanne Luna spoke with News 25 about the class and how you can sign up.
It's a new program we're doing, Psychological First Aid. It's a virtual program, so we're able to teach it on the Zoom. And it's a really good program that teaches reflective listening and approach for people who might be in crisis, assessment, and linkages to resources. The program is designed to increase the number of people in the community able to help in a crisis, and the COVID is a crisis. So the people who might have a client base, like hairdressers or people, church people, have a client base. So it's designed so that people can use that client base and help more people. So, but it's for everybody. We have June 8th, 9 to 1, which is next Monday, and June 11th, 9 to 1, which is Thursday. You'll get hold of me, and my email is Leanne, Leann, at nyecc.org. So you'll email me, and I will get you the registration form, and then by Friday, I'll get you the Zoom code and all the information you need in order to get. It is modeled after a Johns Hopkins model. So it's going to be pretty good. We're still teaching our mental health first aid and Safe Talk. They're coming out with their virtual versions also. But this is just another kind of, it's more in depth to the actual tasks that you do in order to approach people in crisis.
We'll be right back with more News 25 after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Many people have put off medical care during the COVID-19 pandemic. That includes suicide-related emergency department visits, according to a new study. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Pahrump led the research.
After the governor's stay-at-home order, we saw a 28% decrease in behavioral health visits that presented to the Cleveland Clinic Health System emergency departments. When we broke it down further, we found actually when we looked at specifically those with suicidal-related complaints, a 60% decrease.
Dr. Fertel and team analyzed anonymous electronic medical record data from 20 emergency departments. Information from March and April of 2019 was compared to the same period of time from 2020, when statewide stay-at-home orders were issued in Ohio due to COVID-19. Results show psychiatric visits decreased by 28%, and visits related to suicide decreased by 60%. Dr. Fertel says it's unclear if people were simply not seeking care, using telehealth options instead, or if social distancing measures somehow reduce stressors and suicidal thoughts. Dr. Fertel says the data is concerning and encourages people to seek help if they're suffering from depression or contemplating suicide.
Like any other chronic illness, putting it aside can potentially lead to harm downstream. And we really want to make sure that if people have mental health issues that are untreated, they should seek help in order to make sure that they get those treated.
Dr. Fertel says people may be feeling alone and vulnerable during these turbulent times. He adds that it's important to check on family and friends with mental health issues to see how they're doing. If they're struggling, there are many virtual options, hotlines, and emergency departments available to offer help. Complete results can be found in the American Journal of Emergency Medicine.
It's Wednesday and time to meet another great dog ready for adoption from Desert Haven Animal Society. Today, Darbie O'Donnell introduces us to Domino.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darbie here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Domino. I am in love with this dog. So he is a heeler mix. He's actually quite tall, not like a heeler. He is called Domino because he has big black patches on his side. He has a mainly white body and then a whole bunch of little black specks all over. This dog has the cutest personality. He's extremely playful. If he were to be in a home with smaller children, he would definitely need some training, but we think that if he's like in a home with like a kid over the age of 10, they would be bestest friends. He wrestles, he's very mouthy, but he doesn't bite down. He just likes to play a lot with his mouth. He loves tennis balls and to cuddle. He thinks he's a lap dog. He has the cutest little personality. So if you want to come and see Domino or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, they're just asking if you could please make an appointment ahead of time before visiting the animals. So give them a call, 775-751-7020, or you can always look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Domino, do you want to say goodbye? Want to say bye? Good job.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Now let's take a look at our weather cam. It's been a beautiful, clear, warm day today, and we'll be back with more weather right after this.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donohue with today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 104 degrees, a low of 79, 114, a low of 84 in Death Valley, 103, a low of 70 in Amargosa, 99.68 in Beatty, 89.56 in Goldfield, 85, a low of 55 in Tonopah, 88.54 in Carson City, 92, a low of 56 in Fallon, and finally up in Fernley, 93 for the high and 57 for their low. Now today in Pahrump, we saw mostly cloudy skies. Our high today was 100 degrees. Winds out of the east-southeast up to 7 miles per hour. Humidity at 15%, and our sunrise at 5:26 this morning. Now tonight we're expecting clear skies. Your low is going to be 73 degrees. It's currently 100 degrees outside with 7-mile-per-hour winds out of the east-southeast. 15% humidity, and our sunset at 7:58 tonight. Now looking into that 7-day, we're expecting mainly sunny skies throughout the week with the exception of Friday. We still are going to have some clouds floating around. And now that high winds, they don't really want to seem to leave us alone. On Thursday, we're going to be seeing winds up to 13 miles per hour, up to 22 and 23 miles per hour on Friday and Saturday, and then down to 16 to 13 mile per hour winds on Sunday and Monday. Now for temperatures on Thursday and Friday, we're expecting a high of 103 and 100 degrees, down to 85 on Saturday, about those high 70s on Sunday and Monday, back to 88 on Tuesday, and then 96 by next Wednesday. Now for overnights, on Thursday we're going to be expecting a low of about 75 degrees, down to 64 on Friday, down to about those 50s from Saturday to Monday, and then back into about those 60-degree bracket on next Tuesday and Wednesday. And so now with that, we're going to throw it back to the desk with Janet.
Thank you, Michael. From all of us here on the Hill, thanks for watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. I'm Janet Errett. Till next time.